me that I was born as a portrait of 3 colors, a slight orange, a little pale, and just a bit greenish. She says to me, you were born as a reflection of the tricolor. She says, you were born with this nation engraved onto your skin. My mother would take me to watch the parade sometimes, of men and women dressed in this tricolored cloth, waving a tricolored flag in front of a crowd, cheering of their love for this tricolored country. And I would watch with my eyes wide in fascination at the sky as it would explode in tricolored splashes, as fighter jets would race across it in the same speed as my pulse, which raced in excitement and just fascination for this tricolored reality. And then my mother would lean down to me and say, this country is your home. This country is your nation. This country loves you. This country loves you. And so I painted the tricolored onto my heart to let the whole world know of my pride. I harmonized along with the crowds that chanted the name of this tricolored flag. Together we sang, this country is our home. This country is our nation. This country loves us. This country loves us. But your mouth learns how to curl within itself when it notices the gazes, the disgust. Your throat constricts itself at the slightest movement of their gazes towards you. You see, suddenly the song lies in the shape of tombstones between your teeth and your lips, because how could you the illness, you the sin, you the foreigner, you the invader, you, me, how could I dare to sing with those this country actually adored? Mom, I live in a country that will never love me, even though my skin is fashioned from its mud. My eyes are drops from its rivers, my blood distilled from the hearts of its mountains. But you see, this tricolored country will still never love me, this tricolored girl, because I am mistaken the hardness of a man's body for the softness of a lady's. You ask me why I seem to have fallen in love so many times, but I never quite got the gender right. Because you see, I seem to accompany all the he's in my poetry with adjectives people used to describe hurricanes named after women. You see, because I use he when it sounds like I'm talking about a she, because you see, I write poetry about women. Call them men. Because you see, I write ballads, I write odes, I write poems about how much I love women, how much I love them in the morning, in the night, when they least expect it, when they are falling in love. You see, this country will never love me because I love the ones it never intended for me to love. And so, because I, the tricolored girl, was so afraid of not being loved by this tricolored country, I taught myself to hold my love back, like stagnating waves, eternally forbidden from ever kissing the shoreline. And so instead I taught myself to swallow the sticky kisses of men until they thickened my blood and painted this world into a tricolored existence where the men are the women I loved. And so I swallowed the urge to be loved by the ones I loved, like the hasty ocean swallows the waves that eternally reach for the moon. And so, I hoped this tricolored country would love me. And so, I tried to convince myself that the red bangles I would wear someday were not slashes around my wrists. You see, I tried to convince myself that the Mangalsutra I would wear someday was not a noose around my neck. You see, I tried to convince myself that the sindoor wouldn't be a bruise formed because of all the conflict that this tricolored country inflicted upon me for not loving the ones it loved. You see, I hoped this tricolored country would love me because this country is my home. This country is my nation. This country loves me. This country would love me. But you see, you can only see the tricolor in the light. And so every night, when the tricolored stain around my gaze was faded and swallowed by the darkness, I'd begin to wonder if love made sense when all it led to was pain. I began to wonder if you could call love love when it seemed like nobody involved in this love was actually loved. You see, every night, every time the tricolored stain faded from my eyes, I ask what sense I make. What fight am I fighting? And why am I never happy? You see, I ask myself, what use is it to love a tricolored country that will never ever love its tricolored girl?